The mad scientists of EcomCrew have been hard at work putting together myecomcrew.com, a library of free resources for you guys to enjoy with many courses, tips, and other guides. Go to myecomcrew.com to sign up today. We've been working hard behind the scenes, added a bunch of new stuff this week. You definitely want to go check that out at myecomcrew.com. Again, it's a free resource, no credit card required, no other gimmicks. Just go to myecomcrew.com to sign up today. We'll see you on the inside. This is Mike, and welcome to episode number 134 of the EcomCrew podcast. Today, we're going to be reviewing our 2018 goals here at Terran. Since it's the end of the first quarter, I thought it'd be a good time to do a quarterly review, and I want to try to do this throughout the year. So, first quarter is in the books. It's hard to believe that we're already 3 months through 2018. Right on the other side of this break, we're going to dig right into all 18 goals and see what our progress has been.
Welcome to the EcomCrew podcast, hosted by Mike Jackness and Dave Bryant, who together run e-commerce businesses that generate 8 figures annually. Mike and Dave take pride in running a podcast that isn't just fluff, talking about specific products, problems, and real-world solutions. In the words of one of our favorite reviews, this podcast is like a playbook for e-commerce. You can take any episode and spend the next month trying to implement it. So without further ado, here's the EcomCrew.
All right, guys, happy second quarter now of the year. It's crazy. The first part of the year is already gone. The first quarter is in the books. January, February, March, in the books. We're starting our second quarter now and want to review our 2018 goals. If you remember way back a few podcasts ago, was I think before episode 100, we'll throw it in the show notes. I put out a pretty lofty list of goals to accomplish in 2018. And to put myself on the spot, I plan on doing a quarterly review of these goals every quarter. So without further ado, let's dig into it. I do want to mention just real quick, actually, you can go to ecomcrew.com/134 to get to the show notes for this episode. If you have any comments or thoughts about this, I'd love to hear from you. So yeah, let's dig right into it. Goal number 1 was to develop 50 products. To be on pace, I guess we need to be at about 12 and a half products at this point, and I am proud to say we're actually ahead of schedule on this. We've got about 15 to 17 products already on order. I'm about to get on a plane not much after recording this podcast and heading over to Asia for a few weeks, and I plan on getting several more products while we're over there and hopefully finding several new products. So we are well on our way to accomplishing this goal of developing 50 new products for 2018. The one thing I am concerned about as the year progresses, it is getting harder and harder to find more products. I mean, I think we're kind of picking off the easy, low-hanging fruit, as they say, and I'm definitely a little bit concerned about being able to keep up that pace throughout the year. But through the second quarter, it definitely looks like it's going to be achievable. We have a lot of really cool stuff in the pipeline, some pretty major stuff in the pipeline that I'd love to talk about on the EcomCrew podcast in the future. But yeah, check mark on goal number 1. Number 2 is to launch on Amazon, Canada, UK, and EU by the end of 2018. And we are well on our way. I would say we're ahead of schedule on this as well. We've already got a large portion of our products in Canada. We have all of the rest of the SKUs in our warehouse and on pallets waiting to be picked up as of right now. And our goal is to have all of Color It and Ice Wraps running from Amazon.ca by the end of the second quarter, and also opening up both of those sites to Canadian customers and therefore advertising in Canada and making all of our products available in Canada, shipping from within Canada. Definitely a pretty exciting development for us. I hope that we can get some pretty major gains with that. You know, I've been told by lots of people in my masterminds that advertising outside of the U.S. On Facebook and other platforms exceeds everything else because there's not a lot of people doing it in those countries, or as many people doing it as there are in the United States. We're also ahead of schedule with the UK. We already have a lot of our products in Amazon UK, got our first few sales there. I am disappointed, though, at our sales volume to this point in Amazon UK, but I'm hoping that it's just a short-term thing until the flywheel kind of spins up and we get our first few sales there. Hopefully that'll kind of build some momentum going into Q2. Number 3 is Amazon listing optimization. We are well on our way for this. We don't have a lot of these rolled out on our listings yet, but we already have our entire team in the Philippines and the US working very hard to accomplish this goal. I think that we're going to end up ahead of schedule by the end of Q2. I feel like we're a little bit behind schedule right now, but we have a lot of pent-up energy there, and I think very quickly this is going to start rolling out and making a very big difference within our organization. Number 4 is optimize Amazon PPC more effectively. The thing that's probably helped more with this than anything else is the new functionality within Selix. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. The automatic bidding features and functionalities that they have in there has lowered our PPC spend significantly. We put in a bunch of auto-optimized roles. I got Lord back in our Philippines office to help put this together. You can go to ecomcrew.com/Selix, SELLICS. So that is an affiliate link if you want to help support the EcomCrew podcast. I've been using Selix since the very beginning, pretty much, of our Amazon journey. And before they even came out with the PPC functionality, I found it to be a really awesome tool. Just you can look at each individual listing and product and see profitability and sales on a day-by-day basis, and actually look at your overall profitability on a listing and making sure you're not losing money. And there's been several listings that we thought we were making money, but we were losing money, and we're able to correct that, all because of Selix. Again, ecomcrew.com/Selix to support the EcomCrew podcast with that. But definitely well on our way to optimizing PPC spend more efficiently. I would say we are well ahead of our goal there on that one. Number 5, implement traction. Goal setting, being better organized, getting everybody on the same page. I would say with this, we are well ahead of schedule. We will be 100% complete with this by the time I leave the Philippines. We have a company meeting coming up, actually the day that this gets released in California, and then a week from Friday, we're going to be having a corporate meeting in the Philippines, getting everyone on the same page, rolling out traction to our team, which is going to include letting everyone know what our corporate goals are and our values and our focus and what our quarterly rocks are and your goals are, and having everybody on the same page in terms of what our forecast is and our goals. It's going to be really awesome getting everybody on the same page and implementing traction. So I would say going to have that one checked off and completely done before the second quarter is even over, which is awesome. Number 6, generate $10 million in e-commerce sales. This number truly is actually 9.7 million is our forecast. Our forecast for the first quarter was 1.2 million. So basically, obviously 1.2 million times 4 quarters is not 10 million, but we knew we were going to be coming out of the gates for the year without any momentum behind us because we didn't have any real new products in the pipeline, and we were starting from ground zero. So our January, as we forecasted, was basically not much better than the previous, let's say like October, because we didn't have a lot of momentum. But our forecast basically was for January, 350,000, for February, 400,000, and then for March to be at 450,000. And I'm excited to say that we are at 104% of our goal. We did over $1.2 million in sales, just over $1.2 million in our first quarter this year. We just had our first $500,000 month ever outside of the holidays. This December is always a softball, but outside of December, we had our first $500,000 month at $501,000 in March, which is really exciting just to kind of check that off of our list of things to do. Now we got to get $1 million month in sometime this year to get on our goal of 9.7 million. But for the first quarter, we are definitely ahead of schedule, which is awesome. But we have some lofty goals for April, May, and June. Our forecast basically goes to 500,000, then 600,000, and then I think 650,000. And I got to be honest, as excited as I am and proud of our team that we've been able to get ahead of schedule to this point, I am nervous that we're coming in a little bit light on being able to get Q2 where we need to be. We'll see what happens. We're definitely on the right track. I just don't know that we're going to be able to put up the numbers that we quite had planned for a couple of different reasons. Number one, as I mentioned, the UK really isn't hitting the ground running as hard as I was expecting and hoping. Number two, unfortunately, we still keep on having problems running out of inventory on some products, and it's this one of these darned if you do, darned if you don't things where you have new products that you release. You want to order enough inventory so you don't run out of stock, but you don't want to order too much inventory because if the off chance that you have a failure, what happens then? You're throwing inventory in the trash can or holding onto it forever. And the products that we've released most recently, even though we've ordered what I consider to be a ridiculous amount of inventory, to make sure that we don't run out, we're still selling more than even our wildest projections, which is a great problem to have. But we keep on creating this stutter stop problem of sales get running up on a product and we lose our momentum and have to regain that. And it's really, really difficult, really, really frustrating. We did just hire a full-time logistics person, supply chain specialist. He started a week ago Monday, a really brilliant young man that we hope will help with this problem and be on top of this stuff a little bit more. But I am worried that us being out of a couple key products, top 3 sellers, right in the middle of Q2, we know we're going to run out and not quite get them in time is definitely going to hurt, and we'll see what happens. The next one here is lose 12 pounds in 2018. If I'm ahead of schedule on the first 6, definitely a little bit behind schedule on this. I feel like this is a constant problem in entrepreneurial life. You end up not taking care of yourself as much as you should and taking care of your business more. A big priority for me through the rest of 2018, something that I talked about at length with my team or my mastermind in Mexico. Definitely on the right track there. Been, especially the last month, doing a lot better. I have lost a couple pounds, but a little bit behind on the trying to get to 12 by just a little bit. But I don't know. Like I feel like it's not just a weight loss goal, but as much as a work-life balance goal. And as I'm recording this podcast at 8:19 at night right now, that has not been a great balance. Mostly, it's been a decent balance, but leading up to this trip that we're about to take over to Asia for almost 5 weeks, there's just too much to get done in a short amount of time. And it's going to be really long hours leading up to getting on the plane. And the thing that's going to be kind of ironic about this is that I'm actually looking forward to the flight to be able to actually relax because it's been that crazy the last couple of weeks. It's actually been pretty stressful. I usually don't have stress affect me all that much, but it has been stressful. I know right now I have more to get done in the next few days before we leave than is physically capable of being done, and that is definitely frustrating. So number 8, record 100 episodes of the EcomCrew podcast. Again, another check mark here. We are right on schedule with that. We've only missed 1 episode so far the entire first quarter, and that was an unfortunate set of circumstances where Abby was out of the office because I think she was sick or something. I forgot exactly what happened now. Or actually, I think maybe that might have been when she had a death in the family. I forgot exactly what the situation was, but totally understandable. And we had the podcast recorded, but we didn't get it posted. But we are definitely on track to do 100 episodes this year. We had a little bit of wiggle room in there of being able to miss 4 total episodes. So we're right on schedule with 2018 to get 100 episodes out this year. Number 9, launch a new version of EcomCrew. Definitely really proud of the fact that we have got that up and running. Big shout out to Dave QA for helping us roll that out. I mean, the guy is just masterful. The site looks absolutely bloody fantastic. Really proud of being a part of this team of Dave and myself and Abby back in the Philippines. The site's looking really good. Now we got some back-end stuff we're working on, and we're really looking forward to getting some of that stuff rolled out. And as a quick plug for My EcomCrew, a part of this relaunch was my.ecomcrew, or you can go to myecomcrew.com. It's a free area with a bunch of resources. We launched 3 free training courses there. All my talks from previous conventions or seminars I've done are all on there. It's a really cool, valuable resource. It's that value-first marketing stuff that we do with Color It and our other brands. We're doing it with EcomCrew. So go to myecomcrew.com and check that out today. Number 10 here is launch at least 4 new courses in 2018. We've already launched 2. We have our Building a 7-Figure Brand course. We have our Importing from China course. And not much after this podcast gets released, we're getting ready to launch a Amazon course, launching a #1 bestseller Amazon course. So we've already basically, through the end of April, we'll be at 3 courses. So I think we can get one more in between May and the end of the year. I say that facetiously because I think we'll get way more than one done. And definitely, again, proud of the team it's not just me by any stretch of imagination. Dave Bryant helps with a lot of recording of the videos and putting the PowerPoints together. Dave QA does all the video editing. Abby's back there working on all the PDFs and materials. It is definitely a team effort. It is not easy. It is a ton of work, and definitely proud of everyone for what they've been able to do there. Go to ecomcrew.com/course to check out all the different courses we have. Definitely working on building a lot of really valuable content for our community through paid courses throughout 2018. Number 11 is speak at 4 industry events. I've already spoken at E-commerce Fuel Live back in January, which was an honor to be able to come back and do that again. I spoke about launching Facebook ads at that event, and I have that recording. It's on a little bit of a shaky iPhone recording, but that is in the My EcomCrew area. Definitely go check that out for free. And I am about to get on a plane and go speak at Global Sources over in Hong Kong this April. Well, actually, it's already April now, so just in a few days of recording this podcast. And then I go doing something crazy. On May 2nd, I get on an airplane at 1 o'clock in the morning leaving Guangzhou, China. I land later that day on May 2nd in Miami, Florida. And the next day, I am speaking at Seller Summit, which I wouldn't miss for the world. Steve Chu is one of my good friends in the industry. I love hanging out there with not only him, but all the other guys that attend that event, both speakers and attendees, and definitely looking forward to doing that. I just hope I can stay awake. I'm like genuinely worried that I will be so jet lagged that it will be tough to be awake at the event. But I hope to be able to take some melatonin or something on the plane and I guess rely on my good old friend coffee throughout the day at the Seller Summit. I'll take a nap the week after when I have a few days off, and hopefully it'll be a great event. So that'll be 3 industry events to speak at, and hopefully somewhere along the way throughout the rest of the year, maybe Global Sources would invite me back, or there's also the Rhodium Weekend that I'm looking forward to possibly talking at. There's a bunch of other opportunities. Possibly Ezra Firestone having me back at E-commerce All-Stars. Not sure exactly what's out there on the cards, but with 3 done by the end of April, should definitely be able to get this checked off. Number 12, hike 80 miles of the PCT. Now we had that slated for March. Pretty mad that this did not happen. Really love hiking. Had definitely done a bunch of hiking on the weekends, on day hikes, just going out there and doing stuff whenever it's been nice, which is almost all the time here in Southern California. And whenever I've had time, been pretty good about that. But just there just wasn't enough time on the schedule to take a week off and do an 80-mile PCT hike. The trip to Mexico definitely put the kink in that. I wasn't really thinking that through when I made this goal. I don't know how I'm going to fix this. I feel like I have the rest of the year to figure out something, but I don't know exactly how I'm going to get this done. The PCT in particular is not really hikeable in the fall because there's no water left on the trail at that time of the year, and it's just too much to try to bring water with you. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to solve this. It might require getting on a plane and going somewhere else, but I do want to try to get a hike in like this, and we'll see what we can do. Number 13 is take one epic 2+ week vacation. I have already scheduled that. The advice of the mastermind was to have this stuff on the radar, to have something to look forward to. And we got in August a big trip planned to Europe. It will be at least 2 weeks, if not 2.5 weeks. Looking forward to going over there and visiting some friends that we have not seen in a long time. The sad part for me is that I've been to 49 countries, and I'm really looking forward to just having that milestone of 50 checked off my list. It just, I think, mentally it's cool to say I've been to 50 countries. It seems so much more baller than 49, but I'm stuck at 49. Like, I just haven't had the opportunity to find something new to go to. And in my first world problems category that I always joke about, we're going to Western Europe, and I've been to all the Western European countries, so there's no easy way to go visit another country on this trip without having a ridiculous diversion of waste of time. So the 50th country is going to have to wait, but I am not going to wait on the 2-week vacation. Looking forward to August in Western Europe to visit a few different friends. So that should be awesome. Number 14, visit the Philippines office at least once in 2018. Getting ready to get on a plane this Saturday. I board at noon on Saturday. We arrive in the Philippines at 1 a.m. Monday morning, and somehow we're going to drag our rear ends into the office on Monday morning and be at the office and spend an entire week with the Philippines team. So I'm looking forward to already checking this off the list in early April. I love getting these things done sooner than later, and I feel like it'll be a great accomplishment getting out to the Philippines again. It's not easy. It's not close, obviously, but I enjoy every minute that I'm with my team over there and really looking forward to that part of the trip. Number 15, read a book a quarter. I have read a book this quarter. It was Traction, got fully through it. Not only read it, but implemented it with my team. Really happy and proud of that achievement. It's been a great book. So much so that there is going to be an entire series of podcasts dedicated to Traction over the next few weeks. Basically, almost the rest of the month of April is going to be dedicated to this topic. Really looking forward to putting these podcast episodes down and helping people with this the same way that it's helped me. I'll talk more about that, obviously, as those episodes come up, but definitely be on the lookout for those episodes. My book for the quarter, Q2, is going to be Ready Player One. Going to read a personal kind of enjoyable book more than a business book. This was something that was a gift from someone to me from the e-commerce community. I'm not going to call them out and embarrass them. But if you're listening, I really appreciate you buying it. I thought that was very touching. I really appreciate getting that as a gift. And that is my project for all this plane travel that we have coming up without internet. I think it'll be a good way to clear my mind, have a great book to read. Everyone has recommended this book, Ready Player One. So unless something crazy happens, I should have that read easily before the end of Q2 and have 2 books done for the end of Q2, and I already have a couple ideas of what I want to read for Q3, and maybe, who knows, maybe I'll get ahead of schedule and get another book in there at some point. Hand off Facebook ads to others in the company. I did not expect to be saying this so soon, but we hired an amazing young talent named Madeline to take over as our digital marketing manager, and she is just kicking butt and taking names. I have already been showing her how to run some Facebook ads, and I am very confident by the end of this year, she will be running Facebook ads for this company, period. I think I might meet with her once a week or once a month and just kind of go over high-level strategy for our Facebook ads, but I have every bit of confidence that she's going to be running Facebook ads for us by the end of this year, which is my goal, is to be able to hand that off and be able to focus on something else. Don't know what that is yet, but something else that's probably better suited for the CEO of a $10 million company. Should not be in there getting my hands dirty day in and day out with every Facebook ad that we run as a company. Number 17, come up with at least one new tactic that no one else is doing. Definitely have not done that yet, but I am very confident that now that Madeline, who I just mentioned, has started, and we have a digital marketing specialist or manager in place, and our team continues to grow, I will have more time to be able to dedicate to dreaming up the wizardry that I do. That's kind of my thing. And one of the things I'll kind of allude to, just that Traction talks about, is that every company needs a visionary and every company needs an implementer, and they are never the same person. And I think that's probably what my mistake has been through many years of entrepreneurship, because I am, without a doubt, there's not many people that would argue that I'm the visionary in the company, and I am not a good implementer when it gets past just being me. In a company. When we're at a situation where we have 20 employees like we do at this point, we need someone else that's a good implementer doing that. And we have that in Jacqueline, our COO, who has just been crushing it for us. End of story. That she is awesome. So definitely looking forward to getting something done here at number 17. Number 18, never lose sight of the bigger picture. Make great products that customers truly enjoy while enjoying coming to work every day and ensuring that we are creating jobs and opportunities for our employees to where they're excited to enjoy coming to work too. And this is something that's a big initiative for us in 2018. We'll be talking about our quarterly goals and yearly goals and 3-year plan when I get into the whole Traction thing. But one of the things that's really important to me is, first of all, making sure that we make products that our customers love. I'm not in the business of making money off of people no matter at any cost. I want people to get a product from us and have a positive experience, never think that they've been ripped off or that it's something that they got from us as a piece of junk and they regret it. We've all been there. We've all purchased something at some point in our lives, been really excited to make the purchase only to regret it later. And I don't want to be that guy. I'm at a point in my life where I just do not want to be that guy. The money is not that important to me. I'd rather make someone happy and make a little bit less money. So we work really hard on trying to make really good products that our customers love. It's super important. And again, I'll go over this in traction. For me, it's important to make sure that I and my wife enjoy coming to work every day. Work is a third or more of our life, and it's a big part of our livelihood. And I don't want to be doing something that makes me miserable day in and day out. And there's definitely going to be ups and downs to that. Like right now, it's a little bit stressful. As I said, we're getting ready to go on this big trip, and the hours the last couple of weeks have definitely gone a little bit longer, which is frustrating. But even still, I love what I do. I love coming to work every day, and I need to force myself to love it a little bit less and take care of myself more and do more personal things that we get enjoyment out of as well, which we don't have a shortage of that either. But the work stuff has so much instant gratification that it makes it tough. And I talked about this again in the mastermind, just how the tendency of the entrepreneur to get obsessed over one thing like we have been with our business, and working on that too. So that's that next part. And then also, like I said, creating jobs and opportunities for our employees to where they're excited to come to work as well. To me, they're a part of our family, and I want them to be coming into work every day, looking forward to coming into work, not being on the car ride or the bus ride or whatever it might be on the way to the office and just being like, man, I can't wait to go home, or I hate this job, can't wait to find another job that I like more. I don't want people thinking that. I've been there before. It's not a pleasant part of life, having a job that you don't like. And again, work is a third of your life, and I want to make it an enriching experience for our employees, at least for the third of their life that I am a part of. I can't control their sleep and I can't control their personal life, but I definitely want to make a great work environment for the people that call Taryn their home, which is our parent company that runs this whole show. So that is our 18 goals. I feel like that 18th one, we are definitely in the wheelhouse for. I think that's more of a journey than saying, okay, well, that's done and we can move on, because I don't want to ever move on from that. I think that last goal is an ongoing thing that'll always be there. It's a part of our core values. Again, I kind of alluded to traction. I'll talk more about that as those episodes come out. So that's going to be it for this episode. We're going to hit the end button here and hit the closing of the show. I want to thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys so much for supporting the EcomCrew podcast. It really means a lot. And that's a wrap. I want to thank you guys again for listening to episode number 134 of the EcomCrew podcast. Please go to ecomcrew.com/134. Let me know what you think of our first quarter, what we've been able to accomplish. For me, I'm really proud of what we've been able to accomplish. It's not for me, but for our team. I love seeing what they've been able to do, how far they've come, and what we can accomplish the rest of this year. It's been an awesome ride so far. Looking forward to seeing what the next 9 months has in store for us. So again, go to ecomcrew.com/134. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you've been working on as well in the first 3 months of this year. I'd love to hear from you on anything you want to let us know about in the comments. It's always good hearing from EcomCrew members. Again, I want to thank you for listening to the EcomCrew podcast. And until the next one, everybody, happy selling, and we'll talk to you then.
Thanks for listening to the EcomCrew podcast. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/EcomCrew for weekly live recordings of the EcomCrew podcast every Monday. And please do us a favor and leave an honest review on iTunes. It would really help us out. Again, thanks for listening. And until next week, happy selling.